Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Lyle Janes, your host. Welcome to the Lyle Janes Show. 19 years and running, the longest running public access show in the nation. And my first guest, my only guest actually this evening is a magician, and his name is Richard Darshwood. Welcome to the show, sir.
Well, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
Don't you look dapper?
Well, I try to show out a little bit.
I wish that's why I hide behind this desk, you see, because he's got this little bitty, what are you, like a 30 waist?
We'll go with that. Sure. Yeah.
I remember those days, but it's been a long time. So, how long have you been doing magic?
I've been doing magic since I was a small boy. I claim that I started my professional career at the age of 12. Just like a lot of young kids, I got a magic kit and practiced hard day and night. My father was a drummer in a cover band, and oddly enough, they were performing at this campsite, or this campgrounds, and a lot of kids were there. And I'm there
Crystal
hanging
Lake?
out. No. Couldn't even tell you the name of this place. It was so long ago. I mean, it was back when I was 12, and because there was a lot of kids there, when the band took a break for intermission, my dad asked me if I wanted to go out and perform for the kids. So I did, and then afterwards, my dad slipped me a $20 bill, and that officially made me a professional magician. So I claim that I've been doing it since I was 12.
Well, cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Now, so how old are you now?
Oh, that's a secret. Yeah, we can't really talk about that. Well,
Yes,
I've been
that's
doing it a
what I
while.
say,
I'll just
too.
leave it at that, yeah.
That's a secret, honey. I ain't telling you.
I was born somewhere in the 80s. I'll just put it that way.
That's
I don't
nice.
even remember. I guess I'm at the age now where I don't even bother remembering.
I have socks older than that, but so you're gonna do some.
Yeah, would you like to do something?
Yes.
Yeah, fantastic. Might as well jump right into it. I usually like to start with a card trick.
Oh,
But since this is, kind of special, maybe we'll do a rope trick instead. So this is a rope trick done with 3 ropes, 3 different sizes, and you can examine all of these, and I encourage you to do so. That is the little itty-bitty rope, and
Yes.
please examine that thoroughly, Lyle. This is the medium-sized rope as well. I want you to tug on these, make sure they're good, solid, and strong. They're not made out of rubber or elastic. They don't stretch really. They are, in fact, real ropes. I already know they're real because I purchased them
Yes,
myself
they
at the
are.
Real Magic Rope Store, but I want to make sure that you know they are 100% real before I show you what I'm about to show you with them. Now I have 3 ropes, 3 different sizes. We're going to take the little itty bitty rope and the medium sized rope and the great big long rope and line them up right here. So the idea is that if I keep them aligned perfectly, in fact if I take all the ends and line them up, I can create a very convincing illusion. I can make it look like they are exactly the same size. As long as the ends are perfectly aligned
sure,
and as long as you don't look below my hand,
sure.
because it is an illusion. If you see the middles, that gives it away. So if we didn't have this table here, I'd have to hide the middles, just like this. And if you can't see the middles and you only see the ends, you might be willing to believe if I told you that these 3 ropes happen to be the exact same size. You might think that I don't have just the one medium-sized rope, but I actually had a second and a third medium-sized rope. You might think that, but of course this is just an illusion. And you know that in reality what I actually have is one little itty-bitty rope. Just one medium-sized rope, just the one, and of course one great big long rope. And that is an illusion.
Oh wow, that is so cool.
You can play with those as much as you want, but I need them back because magic ropes are very expensive. They make great headbands too. So that's the rope trick. We could do a card trick. In fact, I'm prepared to do a few card tricks because, oddly enough, despite the fact when a magician pulls out a deck of cards, people will often say, "I know this trick." There are several different tricks that you can do with cards. You can make cards appear and reappear, make them change. It's more than just the find a card or pick a card, find a card trick. But we'll do something kind of like that. We'll do a find a card, pick a card trick. And I should point out that these are normal.
Okay.
It's not a trick deck. Everyone always thinks that I'm using some kind of a trick. A lot of times they think that maybe I'm using a marked deck, or maybe a deck that has like some shaved sides so that I can, kind of manipulate them in a certain way. But these are completely 100% normal. In fact, they're all different on the front. That's really important. Every single card is completely different on the front. On the back, though, all the same. Same red logo, Same red design. Each and every single card is exactly. They even use the exact same red ink.
Okay.
They don't do that specifically to make them the same. They do that because they say buying ink in bulk, but they are all the same. It just ends up that way. Now they're just like people. No matter what gender you are, different on the front, same on the back. That's what I have to think. Do you know why they make cards like that, though?
No.
They make cards like that just for me.
Oh.
Actually, let me correct that. They make cards like that for us, for this moment.
Oh.
The moment when you select a single card. Because if you select a single card and I never look at the front, I won't know exactly which one you have. So select a single card, Lyle. You can look at it and show it to the camera and make sure I don't get a single peek. In fact, I will look away. Got it. The monitor did not help at all. Now, just say stop anytime you like as I shuffle.
Stop.
Fantastic. Drop it right there. And before we continue, I need to ask you a very important question. I know that I'm the one being interviewed today, but I need to ask you, did you know that you have magic in...
No.
Yes! Yes, you do. Everyone does. Some do have more than others, but everyone has just a little bit and just enough. And what I mean by just enough is that if you have one of these, you can perform miracles with the magic inside of you. You know what this is?
Magic wand?
It is a magic wand. It's pocket sized.
Oh, yes.
But it is just as powerful. In fact, if you take this magic wand and harness its magical power and take the magic that lives inside you and put it into that deck of cards by tapping the deck one time, this will happen. Poof, just like that. You're done. Now, I know it doesn't look like much. It's a very small miracle, but it is a miracle nonetheless because one card has just changed. Somewhere in the middle, one card has changed from red to blue. And only one card. Now, if you had to guess, Lyle, without looking, because that's cheating, what card would you say that is?
The one I picked?
You think it is?
Maybe.
Just out of curiosity, what was the card that you picked?
4 clubs?
So then this card that's blue now looks familiar?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a spade, but it's okay.
Spade.
Yeah.
I meant spade.
Not everybody knows. It's all right. Now, it's possible that you just happened to pick the only blue card and didn't realize it was already blue. Maybe you didn't realize the 4 of spades was blue already. Could have been the only blue card you just didn't notice. It was a different card. Okay, we'll just leave that right there. And we'll do a completely different card. That way it proves it's real magic. If you could do it again, this is obviously real magic, right? So just say stop anytime you like.
Stop.
Right there. That's your target.
Okay.
I promise I won't look at the monitor this time.
Okay. All right.
People at home can see that. So when you're ready, just tap the deck one time with the magic wand. Just like that. And believe it or not, one card has changed. One card in a red back deck has changed from red to blue. Hold on. Did you see it?
Oh.
Let's see. One card. What the heck? You definitely hit it. I saw you do that, right? You definitely tapped it with the magic wand, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I thought so. That's really weird. What was your card that time?
There was 8 of hearts.
The 8 of hearts. I don't know why it didn't change. It definitely wasn't the 8 of diamonds, right?
Oh.
8 of hearts. No, there's no 8 of hearts in here. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Can we review the videos? Oh, you know what? I realized what happened. I'm sorry. I forgot something very important. I forgot the one blue card at any time.
Oh.
That's the one that's over there.
Oh my God.
Is it? Oh, good. Okay.
Oh my God.
I apologize. I didn't mean to make you look bad. You definitely obviously pulled it off. In fact, I should probably put this away before you start turning people into frogs.
Hey, can I get a rag out here? I accidentally dropped over my...
It got soaking with magic.
I knocked my drink over.
Spilled beverages.
Oh my word. Thank you. Sorry about that.
So that's just a sample of the kind of things that I do. I perform quite regularly around town.
Did you go to magic school?
There is a magic school. I did attend a magic school in Las Vegas. It's called the McBride School of Magic and Mystery. I've actually also taught at a magic school. It's the first academy of magic in a place called Thiruvananthapuram southern portion of India. And it's a place where they actually have students at the university will come to this school as extracurricular credits, and they'll learn magic from real professional magicians. So I had the opportunity to go there and lecture.
Is this
really
kind of
cool.
like that movie with the wizards and stuff?
I don't want to take that visual image out of your mind, so I'm just going to say yes, it's exactly like that. Definitely, yeah. The dean has a great big long beard and wears a funny hat and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm impressed. I couldn't
thank
get
you.
over that.
Good.
How did you
That's
sneak
kinda what
that
happened.
card over there?
I don't know. If you review the video and watch it several times, maybe you'll catch it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, so you've been doing this since you were 12,
Yeah.
and you won't tell us how old you are now.
I mean, I've been doing it 20 plus years. I'll say that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, quite a bit. Yeah.
You don't look old enough.
I know. It's part of the magic. It keeps you young.
Like you're 18 years old or something.
Thank you. I shaved this morning, so that's what. That's
Oh,
what
I did
happened.
too.
Literally
Now you can
shaved,
see
yeah,
all three
you
of my
never see-
chins.
Oh.
I got more chins than a Chinese phone book.
Oh my goodness.
So where are you going to be performing in Louisville in the next few months?
Well, yeah, in May we'll be bringing back our Magic Dinner Bourbon Show. That is a full evening event. We have a 3-course dinner, we have cocktails, we have a bourbon tasting.
Ooh.
It's very Kentucky, and then we include the magic. The magic literally starts the moment that you step foot into our private dining room. This one will be at the Brown Hotel.
Is this
So
one with
Wanky. He has been at these before, yes, but we partner up with a lot of different distilleries and bourbon brands. This next one will be with Four Roses.
Oh, okay.
But we have done events with Bernie Lovers from Heaven Hill.
Okay.
And we worked with a number of other brands and other distilleries. But yeah, this one really super exciting because it's actually our 5th anniversary. We've been doing the show for 5 years.
Oh, wow.
We started it at our downtown called Down One,
Okay.
which is like right about here, I think. And looks beautiful from here. And originally it was just a magic dinner show. That was it. And I've been doing these for a very long time in different restaurants throughout town. And because it was at a bourbon bar, their marketing team sat down with us, and for about maybe close to an hour, we hashed out different names for the show in order to market it, in order to get it, flyers and on promotional materials and such. Finally, after close to an hour, literally, of tossing around different names like the Speakeasy Magic Show or Wonder Down Under, because it was actually at Down One where you had to go down a flight of stairs into the basement sort of the building there. They finally came up with the name Magic Dinner and Bourbon.
Oh.
Very simple, but it took us an hour to get there to come up with Magic Dinner
Wow.
and Bourbon. But,
And I heard about you recently were at a speakeasy.
yes, there's a beautiful new speakeasy that's hasn't even had its grand opening yet. A place called Hell or High Water. It's it's one of those places like I don't even want to talk too much about it because I want to keep this place a secret. I don't want too many people to know about it, but it is stunning. If you hear more about it and you find out how to get there, I definitely encourage people to check this out. They should be promoting their grand opening, I believe, here soon. It's another one of those places where you have to go deep down into the bowels of the city to find it, but once you get there, it's incredible. It's a really cool place. Hoping to make more appearances there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And then we also do an event at Culbertson Mansion in southern Indiana, right there in New Albany.
Oh.
And the next one will be Friday the 13th and
Ooh.
so April 13th. Mark your calendars. That should be a really fun event. We will also have cocktails and some victuals to nibble on, but not a full dinner. That will be more like a parlor magic show.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So lots of places to catch me, and in the meantime, I'm traveling and doing gigs out of state. So I keep pretty busy.
So, what is your goal?
You know what? I feel like I'm kind of living the dream right now. There's better than showing up to work and people start applauding for you. I mean, the minute you hit the stage, people are glad to see you. You can't really beat that. So it's a wonderful job. I love entertaining. There's so many different places to take it. I'm sure someday I'll get a little bit more serious and start doing some more public speaking. I've done a little bit of that now and kind of exposed the secrets of magic to educators and people in sales and other businesses to help them, look at their jobs and take the things that I've learned as a showman, as a performer, and apply it to what they do every day at work.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, you can develop a lot of interpersonal relationship skills, and a lot of sales techniques are interwoven into a magical performance as well. I mean, we're really having to sell a lie every single time we hit the stage as a magician. We're lying to our audience, but yet they love us for it. So salesmen and lawyers can get a lot out of what I have to teach people.
I bet.
Yeah.
Well, you seem to be a great speaker.
I've been doing this a while. I mean, since I was 12, so, like 15, 20 years now.
Now, do you have a website or anything?
Yeah, you can go to magicdinnerbourbon.com to get a lot of information about our regular dinner shows. Those are pop-up shows, so we do imitations. The only way to get the details and to purchase tickets is to become what we call a key holder. So if you go to the website, Magic Dinner Bourbon, it's on your screen now. Go to that website. You'll be encouraged to sign up for our invite list,
Okay.
and then you become a key holder. So what happens is, once you are on our invite list, we will send you information as it becomes available. So when tickets are going on sale, you know about it. That's the only way that you know about it. We don't tell anybody else how to get tickets unless you're a member of our Key Holders Club. So yeah, you can go to that. And then I also have my own website, Darshwood.com. That's pretty easy to find as well. And I'm fairly active in social media, so feel free to look me up on Instagram and Twitter. My handle is Charming Trickster.
Oh.
So or Charming Tricks, I believe, is on Twitter, Charming Tricks, and Instagram, or vice versa.
Are you on Facebook?
If you do a search, honestly, if you do a Google search for Darshwood, you will pretty much only find me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
I'm a one of a kind, yeah.
So am I. That's what they say anyway.
That's right.
They broke the mold. But what is any funny stories or awkward moments when you're on stage that stick out in your mind? Like drunk, wandered up there and tried to, I'm going to make the show better.
We do run into that a lot. I've done a fair amount of performing in comedy clubs, so I've had my fair share of. I don't like to think of them as hecklers, because the term heckler, I think, is more so when you think of that as somebody who's trying to berate or insult the comedian. What I find is there's a lot of people who want to, like you said yourself, they think they're enhancing the show, and they forget, I believe, because my performance is very informal and there is a lot of improvisation with it, but it's also very well rehearsed. So a lot of things that I do, it runs a certain linear trajectory. And so when somebody jumps in there and tries to throw me off, I'm usually pretty prepared for it. So I can't say that anything's out where a situation like that was really too awkward or weird. I kind of invite that sort of thing, but it's because I've done so much of it, I know exactly how to bring it right back. And oftentimes I'll let that person sort of be a small star of the show, if you will. We can, I can, if somebody is very vocal and seems like they want to be part of the show, then maybe I'll just bring them up and let them do some I mean, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I do remember when I used to do stand-up on a regular basis.
Yeah.
And I didn't have too many hecklers because I wasn't, I'd only do maybe 15 minutes at the most.
Sure.
Like an opening act or something. But I have seen comedians, headliners, stop and walk off the stage and ask security.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah,
So,
it does. It can get pretty bad out there. Yeah, comedy clubs are really tough for that. You can really cut your teeth in the entertainment industry by working comedy clubs.
did you know that years ago, before comedy clubs, that comedians used to do stand-up in strip places?
Yes, yeah. There's a place that was here in town. I'm trying to remember. Do you know what I'm talking about? I wish I could remember the name of it. But I know a lot of performers were, it was, kind of a burlesque strip club, and they had comedy. It
Right.
was here, and it ran for a very long time. It's a lot of, I don't know if I should call them old timers, but
Yeah.
the word that comes to mind, the old timers talk about it very, very fondly. Wish I could remember the name of the place. I feel kind of bad that I don't
Well,
know
it
right
was
now.
before my time.
It might have been, yeah. When I say old timers, I mean older than us. Yeah, they've been around for a while. I will say that there is an interesting story that just came to mind. Not so much hecklers, like I said. It's people that want to make the show a little bit more unique by being active in the performance, which, like I said, I encourage, because a lot of times I'm not just performing on stage. I'm performing up close, with people at tables, or just strolling through a cocktail party or something like that. And one gentleman, after I had to select the card, word, you'll notice that I asked you what the name of the card was before I revealed it. And honestly, that's just sort of creating the drama in the theater, because when we reveal the card, we want to already know what we're expecting. And if I turn the card over and it's your card but nobody else knows, then it kind of ruins that moment. So I always ask before I even turn the card over. And this guy lied. He made up a card and he said Jack of Spades. And when I turned the card over and it was the King of Clubs, it kind of ruined the trick at the moment, because everyone else is expecting the Jack of Spades to turn up, and it wasn't. Now, it was the correct card. He made the correct card turn blue, but nobody else really knew that. So fortunately for me, though, I just so happened to have a Jack of Spades folded up really nicely in my shoe, and I was able to pull that out and show that to him. At least that's what I had everyone believe, that I happened to have that Jack of Spades folded up very tiny inside my shoe. So what makes an interesting story is that since then, that particular gentleman has become sort of, I call him less of a fan, but more of like a professional heckler, because, and I just use that term, vacatiously to him, because he has been to a number of public events that I've been, just to be there and be part of the show, and in some way, somehow, I'll find a way to work the Jack of Spades into the performance just for him, because I think he's earned it.
Oh, wow.
He's my best and worst fan.
Yeah. Well, I'm very impressed. Do you have any more tricks?
Yeah, most certainly. Would love to do another card trick if possible. I like, the reason I mentioned why we do a lot of things with cards is, just to show you. I mean, I can walk around with a deck of cards and we can do all kinds of different tricks. And this is the same one. I took the blue card out. We'll get rid of that one. So we have all the different cards here. Again, there's still the same. Different on the front, right?
Okay.
So we'll do this. Would you just take some of the cards? You can do less than half, more than half, doesn't matter, but take some of them, move them off to the side. Perfect. You're just cutting the deck, basically. So I'm going to attempt to read your mind, Lyle. Have you ever had your mind read before?
No.
Really?
No.
This should be a treat for both of us then. Now, I'm going to attempt to read your mind and draw a picture of what I see, okay? So if I ask you to think of something random, there's a good chance you wouldn't think of something random at all. A lot of people will just think of car or house or mother or something like that. It's very common objects. But a truly random item would be a card, because there's 52 different possibilities there. Well, 52 minus the blue card here. But if I was to guess which card you just happen to be thinking of, the possibility of me guessing correctly is 1 in a billion.
Okay.
Believe me, I've done the math. It's 1 in a billion. Some would say 1 in 52, but that's certainly not it. So here's what we do. Take a look at the card that you cut to. Look at it, remember it now, and remember it for the rest of your life. You got it locked in your mind?
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Cool. And actually, go ahead and pull it off to the side. That way you can't lie later. Cool. Awesome. So think of the card and focus only on that card. Draw a picture of what I see in your head.
Okay.
And I don't want to draw any other weird stuff you might have going on in there, so just focus on the card. I know, this could get bad. I'm not that good of an artist. Okay. Now, a lot of people are not aware of this, but when attempting to read somebody's mind, the most difficult part is getting the first general image or basic shape of the thought that's being sent from one mind to another. It's just a matter of filling in the details, right? So, hopefully I got the hard part out of the way first. You tell me, yes or no, is this the general shape of the card you're thinking of?
Yes.
Generally, okay, good. Now we just got to fill in the details, right? So I want you to focus on the exact suit. That'd be hearts, clubs, spades, or diamonds. And then now think of the value, whether it's an ace, 2, 3, all the way up to those. Got it.
Okay.
Not 100% sure, but I think I may have managed to break into that steel trap that you call a brain in order to figure out exactly which card you're thinking of. So yes or no, I want you to be completely honest here. The card you're thinking of, the card that you randomly selected, the card that's in front of you right now, is it the spades?
No.
It's not? See, this is why I said he would lie. That's why. Turn that over. That's the ace of spades right there. It's the... Is that the card you were thinking of? This is the card that you picked?
That's the card I picked.
So the whole time you've been thinking of the 5 of diamonds. You haven't even... Huh. Okay.
Oh.
Well, no, it's okay. It's one, right?
Yes.
I can at least get that. You know, I got that going for me.
I'm sorry.
Tell you what. I'll do this. Let's do this. I'll draw some extra lines here so that now... This will work. Yeah, I got this. See, we always know how to save the show. Now it's an entire deck of cards, right?
Yes.
Yeah. It's just like one of these. Only the ace of spades is the face card, the front card of the deck. 5 of diamonds is somewhere in here.
Right.
Which means I drew your card.
Oh.
That doesn't work, does it? Okay. Let's try this instead. I don't know if this will work, but we can give it a shot. I'm going to hold this right here so everybody can see. And just focus on your card right now, Lyle. And
On that one? Okay.
perfect. Yep, pretty good. All right, that works. And I want you to keep this as a souvenir. And it's yours to keep, sir, forever. In fact, I'll sign it before I leave today.
Oh my God. That's cool. All right, listen. Richard, we got to go, but thank you so much for being on the show.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
And look for him around the Louisville magic scene. And gosh, what I've been saying now for over 19 years, it's nice to be important, but more important to be nice. Thank you, Spectrum, for allowing us to use your studio. Thank you for all the fans out there. Please email me sometime, and y'all be safe. And thank you. Have a good night. Bye-bye. You couldn't